Hi, Lia here. I'm so excited that you're taking this step to make a change in your life and your relationship. And I wanted to affirm you for being courageous to open up and face the issues that a lot of us would rather keep under the rug because you want a better life. Now, I know that the counseling process can often be a mysterious and daunting one, so I wanted to create this video to, one, clarify and educate so you can feel in control of the process. And then two, I wanted to assuage some fears you might have so that you can come in confident and ready to work. I really believe that, having the right mindset as you start therapy can really help things move quicker so you can start living the life that you were meant to live. Now, if you really just want to go ahead and book, you're totally free. Go ahead and do that. This video is just for you to prepare. So even as you're here, ready to set your appointment, you may still be wondering, is Lia the right therapist for me? Is she going to help me? As much as I'd love to say I am the therapist for everyone, that is not true. I am not the right therapist for everyone. And you may know by now, by looking through my website, that I actually specialize in relationships. So issues relating to dating, breakups, couples needing help, marital issues, things like that. Now, it takes a very specific skill set to do this kind of therapy, specifically couples therapy. Maneuvering two disconnected, often angry people in the room can be really daunting for a lot of therapists. And I, for some reason, really enjoy it, and I feel I'm good at it. I'm passionate about relationships. So again, I'm not a generalist, I'm a specialist. Having issues with like a relationship, a breakup, a family issue, things like that, there's a good chance that you're gonna see some good results with me. Next question I usually get from a lot of clients is, how does therapy work and what can I expect to get out of it? And for me, I usually start out with, okay, well, what is the goal, right? I'm not going to be your free flow, let the universe determine the outcome. So if you want that kind of therapy, again, I'm probably not the therapist for you. I usually ask you, do you want to communicate better? Was there an infidelity and trust needs to be rebuilt? Do you want to stop being clingy with your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend? But I'll always kind of start out with, what is the result that you want and how can I get you there? The next thing I'll do is I'll take a lot of time to get to know you. And this is the difference between kind of like reading a book or going to a seminar, reading a TED Talk, that kind of thing, and going to therapy. And I want to say, those things are good. However, where people often get stuck is in applying the things that they learn, the principles that they learn about. So, for example, it's easy in theory to say, yeah, I need to listen more, until your partner starts blaming you for something you feel wasn't your fault. And then what, right? So I work with your specific situation. I dig in to figure out, what's going on, what are the patterns in your relationship. I take into account your specific history, your personalities, your upbringings. All of those things affect your situation now. And then I come up with a plan that's specific to you with intervention steps to help you build your life or your relationship. And I'll give you an example of how I give tools to people. It reminds me of a couple I just saw. They're a high conflict couple. They didn't know how to resolve arguments. They'd argue and then they'd have like silent treatment for weeks. And then they'd decide, oh, let's start talking again. No resolution. Everything swept up under the rug until the next argument came. So they told me in our recent session that they resolved an argument on their own using the tools that I gave them. And they said they hadn't been able to do this for years. And so this allowed them to make further progress because they were building momentum. The last thing I want to address, which I'm very passionate about, is, does it mean I'm crazy if I go to therapy? And I get so fired up about this because it just makes no sense at all. No one says, for example, like if you go to a personal trainer, you must be out of shape and lazy. It's actually the opposite, right? Like those who go to a trainer are the ones who are motivated. Those are the ones who really care about being healthy. Do you really think that a lazy person would spend the time, energy, money to work out? It's the same with therapy. You have to be mature. You have to have some level of like ego strength. You have to be courageous to look at some of the stuff like in here and, be willing to deal with it. But those of us that come into therapy know that it's worth it because you're getting gains and you're learning things that are going to last and be an investment for a lifetime. I really want to just close this video with affirming you for deciding to do the work to have a better life or to have a better relationship. And I look forward to working with you, and I'll see you on the couch. Take care.